The plan was simple, just a quick escape from the Mumbai heat. We wanted the cool air of Lonavala. My friends and I packed our bags on Friday morning. Rohan, Priya, Samir and Anjali, the five of us. We were so excited. We had booked a beautiful old bungalow. It had a big garden and a lovely veranda. The drive itself was full of loud music and silly jokes. We sang along to old Bollywood songs. We stopped for vada pav and cutting chai on the way. The feeling was pure freedom. Nothing could possibly go wrong. It was supposed to be our best trip ever. We reached the bungalow just as the sun was setting. The sky was a mix of orange and purple. It was breathtaking. We quickly unpacked our things. The air smelled of wet earth and jasmine flowers. It was so peaceful. We decided to make some coffee and sit outside. Priya pulled out her new phone, insisting we take a million pictures. We posed and laughed, making funny faces for the camera. The first few photos were perfect. Just the five of us, smiling with the beautiful hills behind us. We felt so alive, so happy. It was a moment of pure friendship and joy. The evening was spent sharing stories. We talked about our college days. We remembered all the stupid things we had done. Samir was telling a particularly funny story about a professor. We were all laughing so hard our stomachs hurt. The coffee was hot and strong. The cool breeze felt amazing on our skin. We felt like we were the only people in the world. It was just us, the hills, and the stars. We took more pictures, of course. We wanted to capture every single moment of this perfect weekend. We had no idea what was waiting for us. As the night grew darker, we lit a small bonfire in the garden. The crackling flames cast long shadows around us. We were huddled together, wrapped in shawls. Rohan started playing his guitar. He played all our favorite songs. We sang along, our voices soft in the quiet night. The atmosphere was magical. We felt a deep connection, a bond that only true friends share. We took a final group selfie before heading inside to sleep. We were tired but happy. We were completely unaware that we were no longer just a group of five. Something else had joined us. The next morning, we woke up feeling refreshed. The sun was streaming through the windows. We decided to look through the photos from the previous night. Priya connected her phone to the small television in the living room. We gathered around, eager to relive the fun. The first few pictures were great. We laughed at our silly expressions. But then, Anjali pointed at the screen. "Who is that?" she asked. In the background of one of our group selfies, near the edge of the garden, stood a figure. It was a woman in a pale sari. Her face was unclear. We all leaned in closer, trying to get a better look. "Must be someone from the next house," Rohan said, trying to sound casual. But we all knew the next house was miles away. We scrolled to the next picture. There she was again. This time, she was a little closer. She was standing near a large mango tree. Her head was tilted slightly. We couldn't see her face, but we could feel her eyes on us. A strange chill went down my spine. We didn't remember seeing anyone in the garden last night. We were sure we were alone. The happy mood from the morning was slowly starting to fade. Priya kept scrolling, her hands trembling slightly. With every photo, the woman was closer. In one picture, she was standing right behind Samir. Her hand was almost on his shoulder. Her face was still a blur, a strange smudge in the photo. But her presence was becoming more and more real. We all looked at Samir. He looked pale. "I didn't feel anything," he whispered. We quickly checked all the photos. She was in almost every picture we took after sunset. A sixth person in our group. A person none of us had seen or invited. The fear was real now. It was a cold, heavy feeling in the pit of our stomachs. This wasn't a prank. It wasn't a mistake. There was a strange woman in our photos, and she was getting closer with each click of the camera. We stopped looking at the pictures. The silence in the room was deafening. The beautiful Lonavala morning no longer felt cheerful. It felt threatening. The lush green outside the window seemed to be hiding dark secrets. We were no longer on a fun trip. We were in a horror story, and we were the main characters. We had to leave. That was the only thought in our minds. "Pack your bags. We are going back to Mumbai." "Now," Rohan said, his voice firm. We didn't argue. We scrambled to our rooms, throwing our clothes and belongings into our bags. The beautiful bungalow now felt like a prison. Every shadow seemed to move. Every creak of the old wooden floor made us jump. We just wanted to get in the car and drive away. We wanted to leave this place and its strange, ghostly guest behind. We were scared. We were truly, deeply scared. We were packed and ready to go in less than 15 minutes. We ran to the car. Rohan got into the driver's seat and put the key in the ignition. He turned it. Nothing happened. Just a weak sputtering sound. He tried again and again. The car wouldn't start. It was working perfectly just the day before. Panic started to set in. Samir pulled out his phone to call for a mechanic. "No signal," he said, his voice filled with dread. We all checked our phones. Not a single bar of network. We were cut off from the outside world, trapped. Just then, the sky turned dark. The bright morning sun disappeared behind thick black clouds. A fierce storm began. Rain started lashing against the car windows. The wind howled like a hungry animal. It was like nature itself was trying to keep us here. We were stuck in the car, stuck in this haunted place with the storm raging outside. We felt completely helpless. The woman from the photos was no longer just a digital ghost. We could feel her presence all around us. It was in the wind, in the rain, in the very air we were breathing. Hours passed. The storm showed no sign of stopping. We were cold, hungry, and terrified. Anjali started crying softly. Priya was trying to comfort her, but her own hands were shaking. Suddenly, Samir snapped. He grabbed Priya's phone. "It's this phone. It's all because of these pictures," he screamed. He opened the car door and threw the phone onto the rocky ground. He started smashing it with a big stone again and again. He was screaming, crying, trying to destroy the evidence. As he raised the stone for one last time, he froze. He looked behind him, his eyes wide with terror. "She's here," he whispered. The storm stopped as suddenly as it had started. The sun came out. And just like that, the car started on the first try. We didn't wait. We drove away from that bungalow as fast as we could. We didn't look back. The journey back to Mumbai was silent. No one said a word. We were all in shock. When we reached the city, we just wanted to go to our own homes. We promised to call each other. As Samir got out of the car, he seemed dazed, but okay. We were just relieved to be safe. We thought the nightmare was over. We were wrong. The next day I tried calling Samir. His phone was switched off. I called his mother. She sounded confused. "Samir?" "Who is Samir?" she asked. I thought she was joking. I called Rohan and Priya. They had the same experience. No one in Samir's family or his office knew who he was. It was like he never existed. We frantically looked for our Lonavala pictures, the ones we had shared on our group chat before Priya's phone was destroyed. We found one group photo from the bonfire. There were 5 people in it. Rohan, Priya, Anjali, me, and the woman in the pale sari. Samir was gone. She had taken his place. In the photo, her face was crystal clear. She was smiling a cold, empty smile. It felt like she had not just entered our photos, but our lives. She had erased our friend from existence and inserted herself into our reality. We were horrified. How could this happen? How can a person just vanish from everyone's memory? We had no answers. We were left with a gaping hole where our friend used to be, and a terrifying photograph as the only proof that he was ever with us. The trip was over, but the haunting had just begun. It has been a week since we came back. I try to live my life normally, but I can't. I feel her presence everywhere. Sometimes when I look in the mirror, I see a shadow standing behind me. Last night, I took a selfie in my room, just to see. My heart stopped. In the reflection in the window behind me, I could see her. The woman in the pale sari. She was standing in my room. She was closer than ever. I am writing this down because I don't know what else to do. I am next. I know it. The haunting is not over. It has followed me home.